Good afternoon, Five Towns College. Welcome to the show, your go-to source for the latest happenings on campus. I'm Jared Winnick, and we've got an exciting lineup of stories for you today, from the Long Island Media Arts Show to a special interview with Michael Cavalli, and even a sneak peek at the Five Towns production of Hairspray. We've got everything you need to stay in the loop here on campus, so let's dive right in. Last week, Five Towns College hosted the Long Island Media Arts Show. The event included artwork created by students from about 25 different Suffolk County high schools. Keynote speakers and awards were given out to the students with the best artwork and films. Creative sessions also took place around campus so students can learn how to enhance their creative skills. Five Towns College broadcasted the event live. A rerun of the broadcast is available on the FTC YouTube channel and the FTC record. Last night marked the opening night for Hairspray at Five Towns College. The play showcased a talented cast of Five Towns theater students, complemented by the music department, the pit band for the play. Attendees expressed their admiration for the show's execution. For those interested in attending a future showing of the play, Hairspray will be shown later tonight, Friday, April 4th, and Saturday, April 5th at 7:30 p.m. Next week, the National Association of Schools of Music will be visiting Five Towns. They will be on campus Sunday through Wednesday to evaluate the college for renewal of NASM accreditation. Five Towns is one of 2 schools on Long Island to reach that status. Representatives will be sitting in on classes and attending student performances to judge the strength of the music department, so all hands will be on deck to make sure it goes smoothly. One event they will be sitting on is Live at the Upbeat. Students will be showcasing their own work during Common Hour on Tuesday the 8th at 12:30 p.m. The Live at the Upbeat series is a great opportunity for students to show their musical talent. FTC reporter Frank LaPinta attended a Live at the Upbeat event to take a look at the popular open mic series.
The Clubs and Activities Board hosted their Common Hour open mic series in the Upbeat Cafe. Students were able to grab the mic and perform in front of their professors, Five Towns staff, and their fellow students. Clubs and Activities Board President Egypt Dozier hosted the open mic event and was very impressed by the turnout.
I think the event was very successful today. We had multiple signups. We had great performances. We had a great audience. We had an interactive audience. Today was great.
Getting close now.
As more individuals and bands got up on stage, the crowd in the Upbeat was getting more and more into the great musical acts that they were hearing. One of those bands was Humphrey and the Maurices, who played their very first performance as a band at the open mic. One of their members, Eric Gooley, said it was fun to perform the band's first gig in the Upbeat.
It was exciting. I've only gotten to perform that song solo before, so I got to play it with some friends, and it worked out pretty well.
More open mic events are expected to take place in the Upbeat this semester. Egypt has some good advice for those who may be a little nervous to step up and perform.
I would say that fear is your biggest enemy, and we're very, very welcoming, so it wouldn't be as scary as it seems. It's really not. And, I would love for everyone to perform if they would like to. If they have a little piece of them that's wanting to perform, I would love everyone to perform and get a chance to.
I'm Frank LaPinta reporting.
The Live at the Upbeat open mic series is one of many events that takes place across campus every semester. Before an event happens, they must first be given the approval by Assistant Dean of Campus Life, Michael Cavalli. FTC reporter, me, Jared Winnick, had a chance to sit down with Cavalli to discuss what goes into events for Five Towns College and some upcoming events that will be taking place throughout the rest of the spring 2025 semester. I'm Jared Winnick, and today I have the privilege of speaking with Michael Cavalli, the Assistant Dean of Campus Life here at Five Towns College. As a key leader in student affairs, he plays an essential role in shaping campus life, supporting student success, and planning all campus events. Thank you for joining me today, and let's dive right in.
Thanks for having me, Jared.
No problem. What exactly does your job entail, and What is the Assistant Dean of Campus Life?
So I regularly joke with folks that, that my title should be other duties as assigned on my position description, or with colleagues, that I'm wearing many, many hats around the college. But my primary portfolio at the college consists of providing supervision, guidance and oversight to the Office of Residence Life, the Office of Campus Events, and the Office of Public Safety. But ultimately, really the finer point of my job is to really be concerned with everything that happens outside of the classroom at the college. And in fulfilling the mission and goals of Five Towns College, my responsibilities are to ensure that students can have a wonderful co-curricular experience, opportunities to get involved in the campus community, and to feel a sense of safety and security when navigating the Five Towns College campus.
That's a lot of pressure, and it definitely does not sound easy.
It's a fun place to be. I'm lucky to be in a community of such talented students. Having worked at a variety of campuses with students in engineering and medical programs to students in the creative arts here at the college, what I love is that I get to give you a platform to share and express your creative talents and just get to soak in being in your audience and being a part of all the wonderful work that you do.
That leads me perfectly into my next question. How, throughout your career, did you end up here at Five Towns College?
So it was really interesting, and a couple of years at Convocation, I talked about how resilience is one of my favorite human qualities. At a time, actually coming up on 9 years ago, or 8 years ago, getting ahead of myself there, I was actually having some difficulty in my professional career and questioning if higher education was a place for me. At a time I was between positions. My original supervisor when I started here was the Associate Dean for Students. Tom O'Boyle was a good friend I had been working with through a professional organization for years. And in telling him that I was between jobs, he said, I think our vice president may be looking for a social media person. And I submitted my application, which led to me interviewing for an area director position and then landing in an assistant director for residence life position at the time. And since then, it's been a really wonderful experience. Five Towns has been generous and great to me in every regard over the past 8 years. And I've been able to take a lot of steps forward and advance in my professional career. I've been able to use my voice and my responsibilities as a platform to support and advocate for the needs of students, to build and enhance a sense of community on this campus, and just really to have a place in matters that affect the student experience and student affairs. So I'm eternally grateful to the college and thankful for every day that I've gotten to be here.
We're glad to have you here.
Thanks.
Next question. What are some of the big challenges you face on a day-to-day basis and more just in the grand scheme of things with your job?
There's only so many hours in a day.
That is
and
true.
There's a lot. And I take it to heart my obligation and my experience to the members of the college community. And increasingly as time has gone on, not only am I responsible in the delivery of the experience for students, but also in working closely with the key administrators across student affairs, student life, public safety, and academic affairs to ensure that we're responding to the needs of all of our students. But at any point in time, I'm often not just responding to the one student in front of me, but cognizant and thinking about the 10 students that are behind them that aren't asking me that question or aren't expressing that concern, or looking to ensure that my colleagues have their needs met, to have other pieces met. But it's really, I'm pulling all the curtains backstage to make sure that things are moving, that everyone who needs to be aware of the various activities that are taking place at the college know what's going on, that people have the spaces booked, that our partners that provide and deliver the resources from facilities to audio to production all know what's going on campus at any point in time.
This last question, I personally don't know the story behind this, so I'm very excited to hear it. But what was it like jamming out on the guitar at the Grundys?
That was an unreal experience. When John Machado and I planned the date for the event, I, against better judgment, mentioned that I had taken guitar lessons and played when I was younger. And John, who loves to fulfill dreams and see our colleagues step onto the stage and step out of their role, it's exciting. I'm humbled by the fact that I'm an amateur musician. I am a white guy in his 30s with an acoustic guitar in my apartment, surrounded by real musicians and really talented people. And for the opportunity to step onto the stage was a bucket list item fulfilled. I think I also justified for my parents the years of guitar lessons that they paid for, that I finally gave a live performance. But it was cool to get to be on stage and be alongside our students, to be alongside John Machado, and just to surprise people that, you know, there's another dynamic and dimension that I can bring to the table. So it was really exciting. I'm still standing in awe of it, but excited to get back on the stage again.
We're looking forward to having you back on the stage. I need to see that for myself.
Thank you.
Well, it was definitely awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for making campus life enjoyable, and for all the students here at Five Towns College. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
It's my absolute pleasure, and it was really wonderful to get to come in and speak to you today.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
What a handsome devil that was, and thank you, Jared, for that interview. One of the upcoming events that was just mentioned is the Luminaries. The 15th annual awards ceremony will feature multiple films created by Five Towns film students. Screening nights will take place on April 23rd and 24th at 6:30, and the awards ceremony takes place on April 25th at 5:30 in the Performing Arts Center. And that's a wrap for this edition of the show. Thanks for tuning in and staying up to date with all the latest events on campus. Remember to follow Five Towns College on Instagram for more updates. Until next time, I'm Jared Winnick, and we'll see you soon. Special thanks to Andrew for helping out today. Take care.